Would you like to boost your book sales in IngramSpark? Then listen to these 3 tips and I'll show you what I do to try and elevate and increase the number of book sales that I get each month through IngramSpark. Hi, my name's Romney and I'm the founder of the Life Graduate Publishing Group. In this video, I'm actually going to go through 3 tips which I think are really important to help you to boost your book sales and increase your passive income through the low content book publishing which I do through IngramSpark. So I've published over 250 books now through IngramSpark, and I've seen a significant increase in book sales just because of 3 key things that I do. And it may not work for every book, but it is important to make sure that you include these 3 tips when you're uploading your books, and even to go back and edit existing titles to give yourself every opportunity to do so. So let me talk about the 3 tips now. Right, so I'm actually in the dashboard of IngramSpark. One thing people tend to overlook is the contributor biography. Now, it may seem like something very small that you shouldn't do, but I'd highly encourage you to include information here. You can just cut and paste it from a Word document which you created earlier, but information about either your brand or any information about the author should be put in this space here, because when people find your books or customers find your books, they're more than likely to want to check out other books and resources or things that you've created previously. So make sure step number 1 or tip number 1 is to make sure you include your contributor biography information right there. Now tip number 2, a little bit further down, and this is the biggest tip. If there was going to be something I'd like you to do and to be able to create more opportunities to sell your books, it's through keywords. And most people think that they should only put keywords which could be maybe the 7 keywords which you might put in KDP. But it's not like that at all. You can actually include, I think it was, I'd have to actually check, but I think you can put around about 200-300 keywords in this space here. And it's worthwhile exhausting the opportunity of putting all of your keywords in this space, because you don't want to just limit yourself to those 7 keywords which KDP permits you to do. So the way I get my keywords is by using Publisher Rocket, and Publisher Rocket is a software which is a once a year subscription. So this is sort of, I've cut a little bit out, but basically this is the Publisher Rocket which you could go into, and I've just done a quick little search already on a book which it's like a physical education, outdoor education game book. But what you can do on Publisher Rocket is look at keywords, competitors, category searches, and it's a once a year payment that you make, but a once only payment that you make, and that entitles you to a lifetime membership with Publisher Rocket. Now, if I was doing my keyword search, what I would do is click on the keyword search, and this would then take me to a place where I can plug in the information about my books. So if I was to put in this space just here, for example, physical education elementary, and I would go get them Rocket. Then what this searches up all the keywords for that particular word, or those initial book keywords. This will actually bring up the list of all of them. I've got a couple of others that I've done here as well. For example, physical education and sport, outdoor games, physical education elementary, and you just go through the different words that you think are going to bring up the best keywords, and then you can actually do an analysis and find out how competitive or how good those keywords are, because you can actually see the estimated Amazon searches per month as well. For example, it's under 100, competitive score of 20, so 100 is highly competitive, 1 is very low in competition, and you can check out different things about competition, but that's for another time. So what I'll then do is export this list That would then produce a spreadsheet, for example, like this one. Then what I need to do is grab all of these keywords from all the exporting spreadsheet, export from that tab, from the outdoor games, for example, from that tab as well. And you'd also do it from physical education and sport. And there's a tool that I've used, and I've mentioned it previously in another video. But what I do is I copy all of those. Then I'll go to another website where I'll show you. So it's called dealing.co. It's a free comma separator pretty much. So you get your list here, you'd copy that, you'd go back into this one here, and you would simply paste all of your keywords, and in IngramSpark you need to use the semicolon, so which is that one words here, by clicking select, and then you copy, Control C, and then you go back into your IngramSpark, and then you would simply add all of those into there, and you do that several times. So you can keep adding more and more of those words in there all the time. So you might have another 200 which you want to add. Now, I would also encourage you make sure you put your most important keywords, and they might be the ones that you've previously found on Amazon, where you type into the search bar of Amazon and you've got the drop down boxes, which is the keywords which most people are searching for. And what you then do is include those, so you might put them in a spreadsheet as well. You copy and paste those into into the main keywords. But here, I would have a look at my keywords, and there would be around about, oh gosh, how many, 20 odd keywords already. You can keep adding to those. I would honestly do around about 200 keywords if you can. Don't limit yourself. Do as many as you can until it fills up the box. So that's tip number 2. And tip number 3 is to make sure you find out where your books are actually selling, apart from Amazon, because not every customer buys through Amazon. And I've got plenty of friends and family that don't use Amazon. They use other platforms like booktopia.com, which offers free shipping as well. And sometimes different stores, even like Barnes & Noble and even Target, offer specials on your books which could potentially be cheaper than what they're available on Amazon. So by offering up different ways your customers can purchase your books is a great way, and that's why the IngramSpark platform is so good, because across their distribution channels, these online stores are getting your book and purchasing your book, being able to offer your book for sale in a different format or different way that people can go online and buy it. So what I've previously done in the past is to actually find out where my book is selling and use posts like in Facebook, on Instagram, and I've also gone into groups on Facebook that actually allow me to market my book and be able to sell more, because I can provide the link not just to Amazon but to another store, another few different stores, which they can actually then go on and purchase the book. A simple Google search might find your book, but also go to some of those major online retailers like booktopia.com or Barnes & Noble or Target, and see if you can find your book and copy that link and include that in your social media posts. So they're the 3 tips that you should start with to make sure you give your book every opportunity of selling more copies. So number 1, put your biography in the IngramSpark on the dashboard. Number 2 is to include as many keywords as you can, so you can go onto Amazon, you can put your keyword in or your book and have the drop down different searches that customers have, so and include at the very beginning your top 7 keywords, because when it does go into Amazon through IngramSpark, then they usually pick up the first 7 keywords that you do list on IngramSpark. But in addition to that, add another 150, 200 keywords which are relevant. And the third thing is know where your book is selling and try and publicize or market your book in alternative ways. So those 3 things alone have really helped boost my book sales over the past 6 to 12 months. And I know it will work for you too if you follow those strategies. So I hope you like this video. Please, if you like the content I'm producing, subscribe, hit the notification bell and give me a thumbs up. And I look forward to providing more videos and content for you to help your publishing accelerate and sell more books more often.